and Joel Embiid is putting up Shaq-like numbers, like legitimate, truthfully Shaq-like numbers. They have now won 7 of their last 9 games. Joel Embiid is looking better than he ever has, and like the MVP talk is not premature at this point. Like you've got like maybe 4 more games, and you've got a legitimate third of the season gone, and Joel Embiid is putting up Shaq-like numbers, like legitimate, truthfully Shaq-like numbers. Do you remember a couple years ago? I think it was 2016, coming into the 2016-17 season, before Embiid had ever played a game. And Brett said, like, Joel Embiid is he's my focal point offensively. The other comment he made, he called him Shaq with soccer feet. And I will never forget that as a description for Embiid. And right now, you are watching Shaq with soccer feet. Not as physically dominant, like he's not trucking people in the post like Shaq would, but it's pretty gosh darn close. And that is, like, watching this all come together is great. It is great. So he's currently averaging 28.3 points per game on a 66.9% true shooting. Shaq had 5 seasons where he averaged at least 28 points per game, and his true shooting percentage, I forget exactly what they were, but they were all between 57 and 60%. So you're talking about Embiid with like a legitimate 6 to 10% better true shooting on a similar usage rate than what prime Shaq had. And a lot of people like went off on that, and here's Shaq's accomplishment. No shit, I'm just pointing out how efficient Joel has been so far this season, while comparing him to maybe the only one that even plays a remotely similar style to him. And then people are like, oh, well, he shoots a 3, and Shaq, yeah, there's no direct comparison, I'm sorry. The game's evolved. My favorite response to that, by the way, was people being like, oh, well, but that's only because Joel makes his free throws. And it's like,
well, yeah.
Okay, that's sort of the point. Like, that's a key part of efficiency, especially for people who get there that often. But my only real point there is that big men, especially like 7'2" post-up, primary post-up options, do not have this kind of efficiency. And it was pointed out to me by Mike Lynch, who works for, what do they call themselves? Stat Says now? Used to be Basketball Reference, Sports Reference. The only 25-plus point per game scorer with a 65% true shooting percentage in NBA history, besides Joel Embiid so far this year, Steph Curry. So pretty rarefied air, whether you can even take away that post-up center qualification. It's pretty rare what he is doing. Now, look, this is sort of where, like, you and I tend to be like a flat line. If we were, a heart rate monitor, we'd be dead. Like, we don't go up and down as quickly as fans do. It makes sense. It's sort of our job, both as analysts and as reporters. Is he going to continue making like 60 whatever percent from the mid-range? No. Is he going to end up making probably 40% from 3? Probably not. I think he might be improved as a three-point shooter, but he could drop a couple percentage points here. So will he maintain this level of efficiency? Probably not. Like, there's still, we've still got 52 games to go, and this is pretty crazy, the shooting numbers. I think a lot of the post-up stuff can carry over. Some of the shooting numbers are like Dirk-like, and he's as good as he is. I'm not sure he's Dirk. But I think he's going to end up with a huge scoring average that's really, really special levels of efficiency, and this could be an MVP caliber season for sure.